I've never really like envisioned getting massive or big. I want to be in that percentage that can make good music out of Perth, sort of thing, out of like the hundreds that probably do it. I just want to be in that bracket of people that are good.
There should be a better reason to wait than there is to do it. And if you can't think of a better reason to wait than there is to do it, maybe there's a better reason to do it than wait.
Got to seize it, eh?
100%, man.
Instead of just letting it time fly by.
My drink's been spiked. Think I've been catfished. Looked in the mirror, my eyes just.
Well, what's the biggest crowd you've played in front of now?
Probably the Tech N9ne one, probably a month or so ago.
How many people were there?
Sold out.
You nervous?
Oh, really?
Nah?
More nervous than this.
As prolific as Hilltop are, I think when you come from, especially Perth, and we're into like pretty underground rap, you like inherently don't like the people that are the best at it.
Yeah.
It was almost like I always thought Funk Hall should be bigger, but I'm like kind of glad they weren't.
Yeah.
Because they made better music.
Yeah. We had like 7 foot tall like security guards with him, you know.
Really?
Like ex-NFL looking players. Like one had like looked like a bulletproof vest sort of thing. Like.
Would you have serious criminal record or no?
So now the last thing on my record is unlicensed firearms and ammunition. So like when you try and get the job, they see that and they're like, oh, he's a bad cunt, you know. Like.
This podcast is proudly sponsored by Studio 187 Tattoo. They're located on Guildford Road in Maylands, and I'm a clean skin, but if I wasn't, I would definitely be going to see these guys. They even offer private rooms to get tattooed in if you're not a fan of the open studio structure. You can find them on Instagram at Studio 187 Tattoo. Ozmetrix series, we are back. This time I'm joined by Smithy. Thanks for being here, man.
Nah, thanks for having us.
Look, bro, it's my pleasure. Second take. I fucked up, but we're here anyway. We talked about a little already, but I want to kind of go over some of the bullet points. You battled back in the day, did about 5 or 6 battles.
Yep.
Did a 2-on-2 that you're very proud of.
Oh, that was shocking. That's why I don't freestyle drunk, let alone sober.
Thing is, man, I reckon back in the day I was okay at freestyling, and then like I'd have people tell me that I was good at it, but I think it was mainly just because they were horrible at it.
Yeah.
But I also, no matter what, hated doing it because to me it was like, I feel like a freestyle, it's like it feels like you're drowning.
Yeah.
It feels like you're getting your head above air for a quick breath. And freestyling is like you say a whole bunch of really horrible shit that doesn't make sense, and then you hit one decent line, and then that kind of hypes you up. So then you try to keep going, and then you usually just make it worse.
Yeah. Start fumbling.
Jots.
I think too much about like words, so I can't really freestyle. I'm always like trying to think of like multis or something. Say like 2 or 3 good multis, then that's it. Instead of just like how people just flow and then say like one word at the end, then it just keep going, and next word at the end just rhymes, sort of thing, you know?
Yeah, like Max Shane, Alter, like those sorts of guys. Like they just sort of aren't too worried about structure or multis.
Yeah.
They hit them, but like it's almost by accident, and then
they're just saying stuff like without even thinking, almost, you know, like.
Yeah, is that big guy in America that is it Harry Mack or whatever his name?
Yeah,
yeah, and he just goes
insane.
Fucking ever, eh?
Oh, I don't know how he does that.
Well, his freestyles are like some people's writtens.
Yeah,
so better. Yeah, but I mean, you obviously made a fair amount of music, and I was kind of the same. Like I feel like writing just when you when the music making process, whether it's the writing, fucking production or recording or whatever, when that's your favorite process, maybe it isn't yours, but it was mine. You sort of just don't. I didn't even really like doing live shows personally. You obviously like them, but to me, I feel like recording becomes like that's why you become that particular.
Yeah.
Because you're so used to being able to take your time and to structure it and punch in and stuff like that, where I think when you're not as maybe obsessed with that approach and you're a little bit cruisier and maybe you do freestyle, like I've heard people say that they've like, well, I've done it before, I think back in the day, but people will write stuff and then record it straight away.
Yep.
I used to do that, but I think about that now and I'm like, oh, that would be... I want to get a verse down first.
Yeah.
You know?
And then like start. And nowadays I'm like, so, what's the word? Like perfectionist. And like sometimes it's bad because like you end up ruining the song, like trying to be too picky and like making it all that good. Then like just doesn't go with the first half. Like you've worked on the second half for too long. You start working on the first half and it doesn't go with the second half. Like,
yeah, Mortar talked about this before. He told a pretty interesting story about Trem. Trem was meant to be on the album, and then basically said to him, like, I'll just take too long. Took him so long to do one album.
Yeah.
He was like, I'll just take too long. Like, you just get Brad Strutt on it instead, and then he's on that album.
Yeah.
And I said to Mortar, I said, like, what about you guys with the process? He's like, we just write a 16.
Yeah.
Like, those guys just wrote 16s, and he just said, I was like, would the process ever take that long? Not really. Like, some people just don't have that mechanism in their brain that ticks like that, where they change stuff. And I think maybe at some point you have to teach yourself that. Fuck it. I'm just going to write to this beat. I'm just going to keep writing, and I'll finish the 16, and I don't like it. But that sucks because you get to the end and there might be like 3 bars you hate.
It just throws you off the whole thing. Like,
you just end up not liking the verse, right?
When I had my a home studio set up at home, I was recording all the time. So, I just record it, put it out there. But then now, because I have a lot of time in between studio sessions, so I've got too much time to mess around with it and stuff, I think. That's where I go wrong.
Why don't you still record at home?
Where I'm living now is a bit too small, and with the kids and stuff, they're into everything. So the computer or mic will just have no chance surviving.
Yeah, that's how many kids you got?
Just 2.
Yeah.
One's 11 and one's 4. So you get a certain amount, probably an hour a day where they're chilled. The other half they're fighting or they just want to do something, you know.
Yeah, they bump your music.
Yeah, they do actually. The older one's at school, talking like I'm like a massive star, you know. And then the other one, always in the car, I'll play Dad's song, you know, or you see the artwork on the YouTube pops up on TV and just fascinated about it, you know.
Yeah, that's
why I want to sort of change what I'm writing, sort of thing. So if they do hear it, it's not real street,
sinking piss and
doing drugs and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, I mean, are you still get into that sort of stuff now, or
drugs and piss?
Yeah, you still sort of on that kind of same level these days, or
I'm 2 years clean off weed now, and I haven't done hard drugs in probably 5-6 years now. But I only drink when I gigs and stuff like that. But yeah, that's about it now. Because I was really bad at one point, and then wasn't good. If I didn't have my wife and kids now, wouldn't be here pretty much.
Yeah, you were mentioning before that your partner's a huge supporter with your music.
Yeah, massive. She runs all my social medias, basically my manager, promoter, tour agent. Does everything for me.
Yeah,
I just got to make the music.
Was she at the front?
Yeah,
with a couple of her friends or something. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you had a little
posse, eh?
Yeah, a little Diddy bad boy table back in the day. You know how they used to have them in the clubs.
Yeah.
And, I don't know. Maybe Diddy was a bad example. He used to be a normal motherfucker.
Yeah.
I mean, he was probably never normal, but we used to not know about it.
Well, we thought he was.
We all thought he was kind of normal, but yeah, you had that little, and that was kind of cool. That little section you
as
had.
As soon as
there.
we seen it and walked in, we're like, this is where we're sitting.
That's the place. Yeah,
you can still see the stage, and you far back enough to you know.
Yeah, it was cool, man.
It was comfy as well.
Well, you would have got a lot of hype around that because you said that. Is it? I don't know why it's not. Is it Ronda Rousey or
Ronda Rowdy?
Ronda Rowdy, sorry.
Yeah.
That did really well. You were saying on Facebook and then on YouTube, sort of collectively, probably 250,000 views, 200,000.
Yeah.
And did you get a lot from that, just even in person and stuff? Was there sort of people saying to you, oh man, I saw that online?
Yeah, heaps.
Yeah.
I was just getting random people who's sending me videos of them listening to it, or just people doing burnouts and the stuff sending me videos. It's just because there was a few burnouts in the background, you know,
yeah,
and I'm full rev head and.
You're not even really that into cars, or you are, or
I love cars and burnouts and stuff, but not an enthusiast or nothing, you know.
Yeah,
just in your Commodore or Ford or something, you know.
Who doesn't love Commodore, man?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But
that's all I've used to have.
But, yeah. What are you driving now?
Honda i30.
Yeah, nice. I got an i45.
Yeah,
mate, they're fucking as fuel efficient as they come.
Yeah, I mean the missus got one.
So you're not getting rowdy in the i30?
Nah, not yet.
I reckon you could probably do some decent handbrakers in an Uffish ride.
Back in the days, you had the Macca's trays.
Oh, yeah.
Put drive over them so they're on the back tires. Put the handbrake up.
Oh, nice. I never knew
And then,
that.
like, because it's front wheel, you know, you drive and then you just like skidding around and stuff. Used to do that in like the car parks a fair bit.
We're not condoning that.
No.
It doesn't sound like a good idea. But McDonald's, you might get a sponsorship from that. You never fucking know.
Yeah.
But we were talking about this before. You made an EP. How many solid actual releases do you have? Like, how many CDs do you have?
Of the EP?
Well, no, just how many CDs have you?
Just that one.
That's the only one you've ever put on a CD?
Yeah.
But if people wanted to go and find your music, do you have like a Bandcamp where it's all on there or something like that?
Just Spotify,
Spotify?
iTunes, like pretty much DistroKid puts it up on like, all of that sort of stuff, you know?
Oh, so you go through DistroKid?
Yeah.
Yeah, I never really got to that stage. I don't really know how any of that works. Yeah.
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 Before that, it was just all SoundCloud, a few things on YouTube.
I like Bandcamp, eh?
Yeah.
I don't know why.
It's been around for a long time as well.
It has been, yeah. I just always liked it because it was like you could have your discography on there.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then you were saying before, like, we're talking about new age rappers. So you were talking about Kano as well.
Izar.
Yes, Izar. I'm not heard of Izar.
08 Janks.
08 Janks as well, who, yeah, got up and did that song with Mike Midas. So I do know who he is. He was very street. Did kind of sound street.
Very.
Yeah.
And Erna and all that.
Erna and all that, yeah, yeah. Have you made music with Erna before, or?
Nah, I want to. Like,
yeah.
Especially when him and Fatso were doing songs together.
Yeah, we are. What was
that
it?
shit was like, yeah, killer. Local but street, you know?
Yeah, they did 2 songs. I played them in here the other day because me and Fluent were talking about it. Fucking. Oh, he did 2. And Fats has like he was so punchline heavy, bro.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get in the bikini bottoms like SpongeBob was one of the lines. Always got ties to Mary Jane like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
All that shit. Like
it sounds so effortless too, like how he does it, you know?
Yeah, yeah. So effort. Yeah, so effortless. It was like, and then Erna had a lot of presence.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Just got that voice like, that's very different to like most, you know?
Just like a strong presence, but it's like weird. It's almost like a character almost because he's like, as a person, was pretty quiet back in the day when we used to hang out. Anyway, I have no idea where he's at now. Hopefully, he's still making music.
Yeah.
But who else did you mention as well? You did mention one other person. I'm trying to think. What the fuck were we talking about? Reams, that you were on a Reams track.
Yeah, I got one in the works with him. Optimus.
Smiley. I feel like that was one of the person we missed. But you've got another show coming up as well, which is at the Milk Bar.
NJE, yeah.
NJE. Who else is on that one?
Kano, A Doubles.
Oh, yeah.
Spasmatic J, Coerce and Money.
Oh, yeah, because Coerce like raps with his missus now or something, hey? Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm.
I think Nicky Vale's on there as well.
I don't know who these people are. I need to get educated, bro. Educate me. Educate me. Nicky Vale. I don't.
Yeah, he's like another new school sort of bloke. Done a few things with Coerce and all that.
There's not a lot of old guys doing shows now, eh?
Nah, not really. Anyway, like Matty B, he's still killing it for his age.
Man, his performance at that gig was like the breath control that motherfucker has is wild.
Oh yeah.
I was like, fuck.
He's so funny, like in between songs as well, when he's just talking shit.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff just puts you in cramps, eh?
Yeah, man. Yeah, he's like a real cruisy Aussie bloke. So it's like he's like likable as a person because you know he's got a personality to go with it. And we were talking about it before, like where you want to go. So you're mainly focusing on features, but why the focus on features and then shows? Like why the kind of, I guess, pull back on an album?
I don't know. Just because the way I've been writing lately, I've just been like writing a hook and a verse, and then like instead of just butchering the rest of it, I've just been leaving it open, sort of thing. Instead of writing like full songs, like I've got a couple of full songs, but not an album worth, you know.
But couldn't you do like an album with like a fair few features on it though?
I could do, but then like what you were saying in one of the other podcasts, it would sort of turn into like a posse track sort of album.
Yeah, you don't want that fucking shit.
Yeah.
That's posse tracks are always like, hey, quick fucking poll for people who are listening to this. Do you agree with me or not when you listen to a posse track? there's always some motherfucker that you fast forward through.
Yeah.
Always.
Always.
There's not a posse track that I've listened to where I've loved every verse. There's always like, I fucking hate this part.
Yeah.
I don't like, and I'm not going to mention anyone, but you probably know who you are.
Yeah.
You probably
100%.
know.
Yeah, there's always that one,
I've been on
maybe two max that you like, you know, like.
Oh, dude, I've been on a posse track and you might have skipped my shit. That's fine, all right? But there's always one, and I think it just makes it hard to make a genuine song, right?
Yeah.
It's like, what's the song about? Rapping.
Yeah. And it's always just like, just bars, you know, like
Yeah.
no one's on the same subject or topic. Like
No.
everyone's just bringing their own thing, different energies, and
Yeah, that's a big thing. I think sometimes people pick wrong people.
yeah,
People who are just not on the same.
yeah, you definitely need like to pick the same sort of. Well, not really. Anyone can have different styles, but yeah, energy is very a big thing if you're gonna make something like that, you know.
Well, personality, right, is like a big part of hip hop. So
Oh yeah, for sure.
you want to try, like, what's your goal? You're saying that your missus is helping with your social media management, all that sort of stuff. What's the goal there then? Is this just like, yeah, I just do enjoy doing it, whatever? Or is this something that you'd actually like to pursue quite heavily?
Well, I've always just done it for me, really. Like even when I put something out, like, I've never really worried or cared if anyone else is gonna like it. Just always been like, if I like it, I'm just gonna put it out there, you know. But then yeah, now it's just like either working with people I like or people I've always like sort of inspired me and I've looked up to. That's why I like working with Optimus and stuff, and like sort of in that SBS sort of SPX circle sort of thing. Like trying to work with like whoever I can. Basically, just like inspired me.
Or would you want to tour? Like, would you want to do more shows? Would you want to tour outside of WA? Like,
I reckon it'll be good, but I don't think I'd be able to pull like a decent crowd like by myself, you know.
oh yeah, I guess I mean more in like a long term as like a goal. You know what I mean? Is it kind of like how is it? How big is it that you're wanting this to be, or where are you wanting to go with it? You kind of catch my drift.
I've never really like envisioned getting massive or big,
Okay.
or like doing all that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's hard to say. Like, it would be good, like getting big, touring, and all that. But yeah, I've never really envisioned it, sort of thing.
What is it that you want to contribute to the overall, I guess, like Perth hip hop scene then? What is it that you want to do?
Just want to be in that percentage that can make good music out of Perth, sort of thing, out of like the hundreds that probably do it. I just want to be in that bracket of people that are good, that you don't just skip and turn off and just start listening to, you know?
It's a pretty low bar, bro. I think you could probably aim for more than that.
Yeah.
I feel like you're already there. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
you know,
really, I envisioned it, you know?
yeah, I
That's
guess
Good question, though.
it's hard, man. It's because it's a realist, like it's a realism thing. You know, it's a lot of the time we just tell ourselves like, oh fuck, that shit will never happen.
Yeah.
So it's hard to envision something that you kind of convince yourself is too far away.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not like you'd ever have to do it and even be super popular. I mean, there'd be nothing stopping you touring with someone else
Yeah.
to even start with. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's not like you go from here to there. You know.
Yeah.
But that song alone, like, I'm sure if you played support at a venue that had what's the biggest crowd you've played in front of now?
Probably the Tech N9ne one, probably a month or so ago.
Fuck, I forgot you did that. How was that shit?
Yeah, that was sick. That was definitely biggest one we've done.
How many people were there?
I've sold out, so I don't know how many that room holds. Like 400-500 maybe, if that.
You nervous?
Not really.
Nah.
More nervous doing this.
Why do you think that is? Like, why do you think there's less nerves with performing, whereas as opposed to something like this?
I think like goes back to battling and stuff, like a cappella. Like, because you know if you make a mistake, everyone's gonna know and hear it, and then you've just got all them eyes on you. But then with a beat on stage, like
People don't really notice.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then now that I've got LG always with me, like, I've always just got someone there.
Does he get nervous?
No, not that I've noticed.
That's sweet. You just get a couple of drinks first, eh?
Yeah, definitely a couple of drinks. I reckon I get more nervous with a smaller crowd than a bigger one.
I can sort of see that because you can see people individually and shit.
Yeah, and no one wants to like participate and get involved.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? So like you're like, yeah, come to the front, and everyone just like stand at the bar. Like,
I can't say much. That was me the other day. But it was the first one I've been back to in a while. So, and I will misses and shit. You know, back in the day, I used to just be like pissed as on my own or with a mate, and it's a little bit different. You do get more involved.
yeah.
But
when there's like 20 people that just aren't participating, you know, and they all just like start stepping back, like that's when you're like, oh, like, am I doing something wrong or it's too early in the night, you know?
yeah, you can overthink it as well. And then there's people that are too pissed.
Yeah.
And then they're just fucking like dancing around and
Yeah.
shit like that. Yeah. Who was it? Tech N9ne. Who else?
Tech N9ne and Joey Cool.
Oh, Joey Cool would have been fucking mad.
Yeah. No, that was sick.
Yeah.
So me and LG done that. Got Optimus to DJ for us. So just having him there with his like knowledge and experience, like it definitely helped a lot.
Who else supported? Was it just you?
Yeah, just us.
How did you just like get into that position, or was there a reason you ended up supporting?
My wife emailed him, like the tour company, like last year, I think, and they only got back to us like a month before the show.
So you were like, "Fuck, we better rehearse."
Yeah.
Yeah. How long was your set?
25 minutes
Oh yeah.
or 20 minutes, one of the two.
Did people get into it?
Yeah, towards it, like probably like within a song or two, because like having an international crowd's pretty like a lot harder, you know, because they're just there to see that one person.
Well, that's kind of what I was thinking. Like they're there to see Tech N9ne, so
Yeah.
it's like pretty different music.
Yeah.
You know.
So everyone's like, oh, who are these sort of people, you know, like Aussies. And then,
Yeah.
like, yeah, after like a song or two, then I'm like, oh yeah, this is actually like, it's not bad, you know.
Yeah. Was his set good?
Yeah, he's always good. Like,
I've never seen Tech live
the
before. But
performance, breath control, like presence, like everything's just on point.
did he do like retarded fast shit?
Yeah,
Yeah, he loves that, eh?
yeah. And he went for like an hour, and he didn't have much breaks in between songs.
This podcast is sponsored by Achievement Apex. Achievement Apex creates some of the best barbells in the world, and they supply some of these barbells to some of the strongest powerlifters and athletes in the world. If you want an Achievement Apex barbell, you can go to achievementapex.com and use the code PORTAPOTTY for 10% off any order that you make. Yeah, those guys are on another level, man. That was like NF. Do you know what NF is?
Yeah,
I saw that motherfucker live, man, and he like an hour and 25 minutes. Barely spoke in between.
yeah.
Just literally, he must have played 25 songs, man. I was just like,
It's insane, eh?
I was like, how's this guy? But especially at that level, those guys have been doing it for so long. I mean, NF's not as old as Tech. Tech's even older, but, you know, they're not smoking cigarettes.
Yeah,
They got fitness regimes. You know what I mean? These guys know to take care of themselves so they can play better.
yeah,
You know, that's why it's like, seeing people play when they're fucked up. I've seen some fucking horrible performances because of that shit.
yeah,
I've seen people just like, and they say like 3 or 4 words and then the mic's down and then someone else is punching in and it's sort of just like, oh man, this doesn't even
yeah.
sound anything like a song.
I learned the hard way doing that, eh? Like just coming in like cooked or just fucked up, you know. Like you just end up ruining like the whole set. Like you had to scream and I'm just getting too rowdy, and then even like afterwards when you're not performing, you know, you're going around the crowd just like just doing stupid shit.
What's the worst one you did?
Oh, I've done a few. One I was only there to do one song, and like yeah, it was just horrible. Like fucking screaming, got everyone on stage and shit. Like just run amok, you know. And then yeah, that was like my turning point. Like
Did you see a video back of it afterwards? And
I
it was
was
bad.
like, fuck, like should have done that. But yeah, that was bad.
That happens, man. It's, you know, I think I know what you're saying with the whole battle thing and like watching it back or hearing how you did something and like, it can be bad.
Yeah,
You just hate the fact that shit happened, and if people remember it or you remember it, that's enough. You're like,
Yeah.
oh fuck, it's
especially if there's footage of it, eh? You're like, oh no.
that's the worst. Yeah, that's why live shows. I can sort of see what you mean by that because no one ever gets decent footage of live show. Oh, your last one, you got someone in the other day that was pretty good.
Yeah, the last couple we've done, we've got Sammy B to like just do like a video recap of it.
Is that Sammy B as in kind of used to rap?
Nah, don't think so. I think it's like Sammy MB or something.
Oh no, I'm thinking of Ricky B.
Ricky B, yeah.
You know who Ricky B is?
Yeah.
He used to rap.
He was local as well, eh, wasn't he?
I think so, man. I don't know. Some of those guys just disappeared. It
Yeah.
sucks.
A lot of them have.
Yeah.
The good ones too, like.
Heaps of the good ones.
Yeah.
I really like, I don't know. I liked Intrusive Thoughts. I thought they were pretty cool.
Yep.
I don't know much about Sumo personally, but he was all right. B Fumes,
Yep.
another one. Just like dudes who just kind of aren't around, but I just have no idea what they are.
Yeah.
Tonight's still going, but he's sort of heading in like a different direction.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's hard, man. It's hard. Like it's in a weird scene now. And this would be a good segue into our game show, actually, because now we can go over some of the old bars and see if you really are a hip hop head.
Yeah.
See if you can remember them. So if you weren't nervous before, you should be now.
Yeah, definitely. Nah.
Nah, look, if it makes you feel any better, some of the motherfuckers in these songs didn't remember them, so you'll be fine.
Slap these on.
I was going to put one of yours in, but I didn't. I checked them on, yeah. But I didn't because you definitely would have remembered the lyric.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way you wouldn't have got it because it would have been from a recent one, and I was like, he'll just fucking know. So these are not all Perth hip hop artists, but in my opinion, if you like Australian hip hop and you listen to it, you should know who these are.
Yep.
All right. So I'm going to hit you with the line. This is if you get it right. This is if you get it wrong.
Yep.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Why are you thinking about it? Right. Luckily, you're familiar with the show because you heard me do it for Maddie. So, first one is Guess Who's Back? Like doggy style on a blind date. Guess Who's Back? Like doggy style on a blind date.
And they're not all Perth.
I can give you some clues. This one is. I find like you got to picture how the person's saying it in your head almost.
Yeah.
You know?
Trying to think of like who stole that lot. Fuck, is that Grievous or something? I don't know. I'm just thinking of like someone older.
Maddie said the same thing.
Yeah.
You're not. You warmer. You're warmer. So I'll give you one more. Give you one more guess.
I don't know. Sounds like something Disaster maybe you would say.
Are you locking Disaster in?
Yeah.
Very well done, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boom.
Be one of them, you know, like.
Very impressive. I don't think. Did Morty get that one? Mortem, I think he did get that one actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I love that line.
Yeah. It's got a lot of like, yeah.
I just thought it was funny as, and I was like, I got to do that. I didn't give you a thinking music. That's why it took so long. If I gave you thinking music, this is a funny one, but no, I think it's funny, but here you can pat a stingray and maybe cop a stab in the chest. Steve Irwin line. This guy's not from WA, but this is the one most people won't get, I don't think, but he just song cranks.
That sounds like something Trolls or something will do, eh?
It's not Trials. I'll give you one more. You can't phone a friend.
Damn. I don't know. I lock in Vents.
Ooh. It is. Most people aren't familiar. It is a guy named Evil Eddie.
Yeah.
Who was the lead, well, pretty much the only vocalist from memory, in a group called Butterfingers back in the day.
Oh, Butterfingers, yeah. I used to like some of his stuff, eh? Every time.
Yeah, Every Time Cranks, or your Mama.
Yeah.
And then just the Fig Jam, like the real popular one.
He used to have that CD as well.
Oh, did you?
Butterfingers CD, yeah.
Oh, he'd be so disappointed if he heard that, Smithy. He'd be like, this motherfucker.
I haven't heard it in like fucking probably 10 years, you know?
Well, that song's called Queensland off his solo album. So, but this is the thing, bro. It's not going to be fun if I just give you easy ones.
Yeah.
You know? I'll give you one that I reckon slightly easier. You should have heard this song.
Yep.
Sick to death of being positive like HIV.
Fuck, that rings a bell, but I can't put a name to it.
You'll be pissed off when you do. Hold on. You'll be pissed off when you do realise who it is too. Sick to death of being positive like HIV.
Perth?
No, not Perth.
I don't know, I'll just say trolls.
We go, that one. Yeah, it's we talked about this though. I said to Morta, it's a funny one because they don't. It's off a song called Body Count off Funkhall's album.
Yeah.
The Quickening. So it's not a typical Hilltop Wood line.
Yeah.
Because they wouldn't say that shit on their own song.
Yeah.
So, but I'm trying to fuck people up.
I was only listening to like them songs like a few nights ago at work, you know, Funkhall's Body Count and stuff.
Bro, The Quickening is fucking sick album. I have it on CD, but my mate has it and he's in Bunbury Regional at the moment, so I'm waiting to get it back off him because it's a sick album.
Red Lines and all that.
Yeah,
that song.
Oh, Red Lines isn't on The Quickening. No, Quickening's like Where I Am, The Assassination.
Assassination's banger.
That's fucking, man. Oh, Trials' presence is... He's one of my favourite artists of Australia. That guy just can fucking rap, man. Another guy as well who like sort of only made a handful of music. He's made a bit. He's made a fair bit, but only real old stuff. Like after that Funkhall's album, he didn't seem to make too much after that unless I'm just not informed. Bomb sets like Don Cheadle Crash Scenes, but I ended up fucking that up, I think. I think it's actually Crash Scenes like I'm Don Cheadle. So Bomb Sets and Crash Scenes like I'm Don Cheadle, I think.
That draft?
No, but you're not cold, you're warmer. Oh. Come on, Smithy, you got it, mate.
I think I'm thinking too much.
It's a fine line between too much and not enough.
Yeah, start overthinking it. No, Mortar. Definitely wrong. Oh,
Toy!
There we go.
Look at that. He's fucking got it.
Text tested check from wrecking needles. Bomb sets, crash scenes like Don Cheadle.
Yeah. See, look at that, bro. I was like, I did not think you were going to say Mortar either. I was like,
on the tip of my tongue. I was like, fuck.
Do you know that song though? Do you listen like Thanks for the Venom?
Yeah.
By Clandestine?
I used to thrash like all of them, all the SBX, then the over east sort of, obviously like Funkhall's, Kings Connected. I
forgot about Kings Connected, yeah.
Lyrical Commission.
Yeah, is that Brad Strut and Trem? Yeah. Lyrical Commission, like, I used to like rap over Lyrical Commission beats.
Yeah.
Someone like uploaded the instrumentals.
Yeah.
It was like, it's funny when we do that. We rap over like beats by people who, like, we like make the song sound shit, but you just want to rap over the beat so much. Like back in the day, you'd rap over like an Eminem beat.
Yeah, or Shook Ones.
Shook Ones, yeah. My big one, what was the one I used to crank all the time was, the first one I ever rapped over was Black Helicopters.
Yeah.
By Non-Fiction, I think.
Yeah.
So it's horrible. So we're going to go, okay, last one.
Yep.
I don't know the line properly, but this will be close enough. I got to get a pap smear because I'm such a sick cunt. Does the music help?
I don't know. I must do.
Yeah, must do. You're getting them. That's you 2 for 2. So this is the last one.
Nah, 2 for 4, eh?
Oh, 2 for 4. Sorry.
Half.
Yeah, you're 50%. 50% success rate. Got to get a pap smear because I'm such a sick cunt.
The only one I know that says they're a sick cunt's Cursor.
No. No. Are you locking that in as a proper answer? I'll let you not lock that in.
Not off your answer.
They're Perth. And I don't want to give you any other clues, but it's Perth. And like you've been good so far, trust.
And they will say draft.
Do you want to lock that in?
Mr. Grievous.
We'll
lock that in.
You're gonna fucking.
Yes.
Oh, wrong beat. Oh, you know what it is? I fucked it up. I still asked it, and I can still tell you, but I put your beat in it, so I don't have it anymore. I don't have it.
Oh.
Actually, you won. It's Daz.
Oh, yeah.
He says it on Calm Before the Storm.
Yep.
Yeah. Hold on, I'll play it on my phone when. Bro, listen to me freestyle. Listen to my freestyle at the pub. I'm gonna play this beat off my phone and then rap in your ear.
Nothing worse, eh?
What do you mean, bro? It's good. If you're pissed as, their freestyle sounds sick.
Yeah.
Here we go. Where's the bar? Here we go. Cool. Where's it coming up? Is it coming up?
Yeah.
Yeah. The way that he delivers it. If I had said it like that, you would have got it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, you threw me off.
it was me.
Give me half that answer.
I'll give you half that answer. Technically, it wasn't even on the pad. So you didn't lose. You got 50%.
All right, that's good.
It was good, but also you were tricked with some of the answers. I mean, the pressure one is a hard one because
They're just not known for that.
they're good.
Sort of.
They're not known for that, but they are also good. But I've also never met anyone whose favorite rapper is Pressure.
Yeah.
I think Mike might have said he quite liked him, but as prolific as Hilltop are, I think when you come from especially Perth and we're into like pretty underground rap, you like inherently don't like the people that are the best at it.
Yeah.
To me, it was almost like I always thought Funkle should be bigger, but I'm like kind of glad they weren't
Yeah.
because then they made better music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They're just a good combination of everything, eh? Like just the beats, vocals, like the sound, presence,
Mm.
and how they all like backed each other up on like the backup, like the punchline sort of thing.
Yeah.
This sounds like, I reckon it sounds sick.
Yeah, they were good. They've got a good dynamic, and their shit always has mad energy.
Yeah.
And did you watch Housos?
Yeah.
You notice a lot of their stuff was in Housos? Yeah. I remember thinking that was like pretty cool. I was like, there's not a lot of Oz hip hop shit in anything.
Nah. Especially like Aussie like TV shows and like movies and shit.
Well, you think you'd have more of it, right?
Yeah, you'd think so.
But they don't, I don't know why. They don't give love to the Australian music.
Nah.
It sucks, bro. We should have more of it. I mean, that's what I would like to see at some point, even if it's just a little bit more.
Yeah.
I feel like
background song or like something, you know, like
apparently one of Ops Music's kind of fucking 4-year-old sentence that was. One of Optimus's songs was in like a TV show episode or something.
Yep.
Briefly. But you know what they're like. They don't use the fucking song. They'll use like 15 seconds of the instrumental, cut out your rap or some shit.
Yeah.
Can we just have the stems of the beat? You're like, someone's like, hey man, your song's gonna be in the show, and they're like, we just want the stems of the beat. You're like, oh, you don't want any of my vocals? They're like, no, we just want the beat. You like didn't even produce the beat. You're like, cool man.
cut all the good bits out of it, eh? Like,
Yes, my song's in the show, but I'm not on the song.
yeah.
That happens, man. I think even people in America and shit.
Yeah, that happened to a lot of people, I reckon, eh?
They do it, man, all the time. They'll remix the song, cut it up, make it different.
Yeah.
You know, do you have any goals like that? Do you have any of those sorts of goals where you like want something along those lines of, I don't know, you'd maybe like to support someone in terms of an artist. You would like a song to make it somewhere. You want to be on radio. You want to get a certain amount of views. You want more merch. Like, is there a goal in that kind of regard, business-wise?
I don't know. I've just been taking it day by day, like going with the flow. Some days are like good. I've pressed like heaps of merch, like sold out like every time. But like, there's a few people I'd like to support, like international and Australia, you know.
Mm.
But like, my partner, she emails like everyone, but like, not many get back to you. So like, you just like, you know, it's not going to happen, but you still try.
You probably didn't think the Tech N9ne thing was going to happen.
Oh no, definitely not.
Mm.
But yeah, it's worth a try. You're only going to get like a no or just no reply, you know.
Oh, same with the podcast, bro. I've asked people and they just don't say anything. I'm like, don't really care, you know, whatever, bro. We're here now. So it's...
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
This podcast is sponsored by PedTest Australia. If you plan on using or are currently using performance-enhancing drugs, it is very important that you make sure you are doing so, having them been tested before you use them or while you are using them, to make sure that you take care of your health. And you can also recommend that the people around you do so as well. Go to PedTest Australia on Instagram to find out more about the details on how you can test your current performance-enhancing drugs that you are using, or you can find out more about testing other compounds or things that you are putting in your body if you would like to make sure that you take care of your health. And you got to meet Tech and shit as well?
Yeah, him, Joey Cool, up in like the green room and stuff.
Were they nice? Were they like talkative or was it a bit awkward?
Joey was. Tech N9ne was like just a bit like, how you going, you know, like he had like 7 foot tall like security guards with him, you know.
Really?
Like ex-NFL looking players, like they were huge.
Jesus.
One had like looked like a bulletproof vest sort of thing, like it was crazy.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't think they'd have to worry about that here.
No.
He's got like a bulletproof vest and you're like, bro, guns are illegal here. Like,
Yeah. I've got guns.
Oh, are you hunting?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So I've always brought up with like hunting, like fishing, like farmy sort of kid sort of thing.
Can I ask you what you have, or do you not want to say that, or?
I got 410 shotgun.
Oh, yeah?
And a rifle, like 22 rifle. My pop's got like the bigger sort of guns, like 223s, like 12 gauges and stuff like that.
Yeah, sick.
So he's the one that's like, he sort of forced me to get it. So he's like, you have to get it, you know. I was like, my criminal record is like, they're not going to let me get one. But they did, so I don't know how.
Yeah. Would you have serious criminal record or not?
Not really. It's just long with just stupid stuff, you know, like fucking graffiti, like all criminal damage and all that stuff.
Yeah, but nothing to do with weapons, right?
Oh, nah. Not since, like, my juvenile thing. No, it's just, like, stupid, like, carrying weapons and stuff like that.
Yeah, but guns are, like, a pretty big thing. If you got something like that, and you're fucked.
Yeah, they wouldn't let you, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But, like, I forgot to pay my license one time. Like, I was a day late for my gun license. So now the last thing on my record is unlicensed firearms and ammunition. So, like, when you try and get the job, they see that and they're like, oh, he's a bad cunt, you know? Like,
what do you do now for work?
I just work in a factory making, like, underground pipes and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes, because the shift work, so like every 2 weeks you're changing shifts from like mornings to nights to afternoons.
Yeah, fuck, that'd be shit.
So, like, as soon as you get used to it and your body adjusts, like you're on the next shift. So like you just feel scattered all the time, you know?
Make it hard to be productive.
Yeah, definitely. Night shift's all right, because you hit that hour in the night and you just like think of a couple bars and you start writing. But then, yeah, like very hard to be productive and have like motivation to just do stuff, you know?
That's the hard thing, man, is juggling this between an actual job, right?
Yeah.
Because this isn't an actual job till it's an actual job.
Yeah, that's it.
Know? Did you find much sort of like from the view side of things? Like, did you find that helped you in any kind of way, like the clip blowing up or anything? Doesn't really translate to anything specifically, right? It's not like you get paid for it.
Yeah. No, not enough to like put fuel in the car.
Yeah.
But yeah, I should have been more just, I should have jumped to that opportunity when it was blowing up to like keep my name going and like
keep posting.
Yeah, keep posting. I sort of just like rode that wave for too long. And I was like, that's when I was pretty bad on drugs as well. So I was just like, yeah, I just let that do its thing and I was just doing my thing, you know?
Why don't you just cut that shit up into like fucking 10 clips and then just post them all on TikTok like every fucking
day? We've done like a few like clips and stuff like that.
That shit goes hard, man. People fucking love that shit.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Yeah, it's like TikTok's retarded. Like, some stuff on there is just gone crazy. I've got mad views on like some clip I've already posted and I'm like...
Yeah, that's one thing, like that's like the only social media thing we haven't really like got involved too deep in. Yeah, we'll post something here and there, but just like let it do its thing. But yeah, it's a tough one, eh? Like, since this generation's all social media, that's what everything is now.
You have to be mad consistent, eh?
Yeah, 100%. Like, if my partner wasn't doing all my social medias, like, you'd never see me post like anything.
You're not into it?
Nah. Takes me like a day to reply to people, like my mates.
Yeah.
And then he's like, yeah, I'm just bad with that stuff, eh?
Well, I'll probably collaborate with you on a post, so check your phone for that.
Yeah. She'll be onto it for sure.
Yeah, there you go. Is she proud of you coming to doing this today?
Yeah. She's one that like told me to do it, you know?
Yeah, nice.
Because I'm bad with talking. Like,
I've spoken to worse, I'll tell you now.
Yeah.
There's some people who give you nothing, man. I think people that are bad for talking a lot of the time, like, make it worse by telling themselves that.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a mindset thing, bro. You know what I mean? Like it's talking is something that it can be as boring or as hollow as you make it.
Yeah.
But that's why it comes down to talking about what it is that we're trying to achieve with the conversation. You know, what is it that you want to do with music? Who is it that you want to try to work with? All that sort of, you know, it's about trying to receive an outcome. I think a lot of people talk without trying to actually get to some kind of point.
Yeah.
Where here, you know, that's why I'm interested in the direction that you want to go with. And I kind of understand you want to, I guess, cruise for a while. Like I get that. It's just hard within this industry, I suppose, to do that if you want to stay relevant.
Yeah.
That's the only annoying part is you sort of, like you said, we're in a different place now where you sort of have to. And then an album will cost a lot of money. It'll be a lot of time. You'll have to do a launch for it, all that sort of shit.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Maybe you'll.
The scene's like flooded with artists. So like, you just pretty much spend all that time like making sure you're like above the crowd sort of thing, you know?
I don't know what you mean by flooded though. I feel like there's not that many people, or is there people I'm just not aware of?
Yeah, probably. There's not like many known ones. I think it's just like my news feed.
Yeah, that's the problem, eh?
Yeah.
You're just getting heaps of like, fuck, bro. I get hate for this, but if you're reading bars off your phone into like a webcam, man,
Yeah, nah.
fuck, I'm not following you if you do that. Like, we live in a day and age now, man, where like you can get. I got like a fucking Sony camera that looks incredible, and it was like $600.
Yeah.
Bro, get past the webcam, man. Like, shit can look so much better.
Yeah.
It blows my mind that people still do
It's
that.
not like we're using MSN and MySpace nowadays, you know? Like,
Fuck, bro. Like, even when I was rapping, it was like you could still have a better camera if you wanted.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Fucking, I know your iPhone will film it. Just because your iPhone will film it doesn't mean you should film it.
Yeah, that's it. It doesn't mean you should post it, you know?
No, like, especially not every second day. Like, yeah, cool, man, new bars. I've heard your bars so many that now I'm not excited for any new bars.
Yeah.
Because it's just another throw. And then, like, these motherfuckers will call it, like, oh, throwaway bars.
Yeah, or freestyle.
Yeah. Bro, if it's freestyle, ooh, I'm
You can
skipping.
tell straight away, eh?
I'm skipping past that real quick.
Yeah.
I'm like, and you know, you deserve those 7 views.
Yeah.
Put more effort into your shit.
3 likes.
Well, if you want people to listen to it, you put effort into it, man. It's the same as this, right?
Yeah.
I could be sitting here filming this shit on my phone right now, and then what kind of legitimacy does that create?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why the fuck are people going to listen to your shit if it doesn't look good, doesn't sound good? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here?
That's
Like,
what I learned too. Like when I was putting heaps of stuff on SoundCloud, you just like, maybe it was the drugs, but in your head you're like, nah, this is good. Like they will listen to it, you know? You put it up and like no one listens to it. And then you like start thinking to yourself like, oh, they're wrong, not you. Like you're not wrong, you know?
yeah, you get bitter, right?
Yeah.
You get bitter about people like they've got the issue.
Yeah.
When it's like, motherfucker, if you were doing shit and you were killing it,
That you
would be no question. You know what I mean? Because that's how everybody else did well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, you don't even have to be doing that well. But it's just awkward, man. It's just awkward.
Yeah.
It's like when someone sends you a song, man, check out my shit.
Yeah.
And you like listen to it and you're like I'm an honest person, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you it's good if I don't think it is. You know what I mean? But now it's awkward because I don't want to hurt your fucking feelings. I never made amazing music. It was like usually a fairly similar response from most people where like people would be like, oh, this is all right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
No one's got like, no one can be honest with you, you know?
yeah.
Everyone's just sucking wind up your ass and
Yeah. But even cunts who were honest, like they would, I took that as a compliment because they were like, oh, this is pretty good, man. Like, you know, or, oh yeah, this is not bad or whatever. Like, not amazing feedback, but like I took it, it felt like they were being real about the way they felt about it. And that was like good enough for me where like some people want you to like, fuck man, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, man, it's not, you're not blowing minds, bro.
yeah. Or like they just, a lot of them can't take criticism, you know?
Nah.
You say something that's not even that bad. Like, oh yeah, this sounds all right, but it could be better, or you could do this better, or try something else, and they just like attack you, you know?
Yeah, that's that. Yeah. Well, most of these cunts are
Yeah.
smoking bongs and.
Because we had this, like my partner, she doesn't let me comment what I think of stuff on people's stuff, because like, then it just makes me look like a cunt, you know? So she does it for me.
Okay.
But she
don't they
speaks-
think it's
She
you
speaks her
anyway?
own mind.
But don't they think it's you?
Yeah,
Or
they
she-
do, yeah. most of them think it's me when it's not even me. Like, she's just like said something that she feels, and then like they just start attacking her and attacking me, and it's not even that bad, you know.
Mm.
Like, one person said something, and then she was like, "Oh, that's don't you think that's like a big statement, you know, saying like they're one of the best, you know?" And then they just like come full force, you know. And it wasn't even that bad. You're just like saying like, "Oh, that's a big statement," and that's it, you know.
Yeah, I don't know what. Yeah,
You just can't like take.
Do you remember what they were said to about?
Oh, they just said the best collab to come out of Perth in a while, and like I've heard a lot of pretty decent stuff coming out of Perth.
Do you remember who it was though?
Yeah, I don't want to say it.
No, don't tell it. Don't say it here. I'm just gonna tell me afterwards.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. You know you said it anyway. If you're listening,
you know,
and he's gonna tell me afterwards, and we're gonna laugh about it.
Yeah, for sure.
Not if you're a mad cunt. Then if you're a mad cunt, I'm not laughing, bro. You killed it. But there's like, it's the thing, man. There used to be so much people. There used to be a lot of people killing it. That wasn't really a problem.
Yeah.
Where now it's like, that's what I mean with the new shit, man. Some people were like, "Oh, this is some of the new shit. This guy," and I'm like,
we need to take it back to the days like when they say, like, remember when you couldn't rap and you didn't?
yeah.
So we need to take it back to that, you know?
Yeah, or just practice, man. There's more to just said it before, man. Just fucking practice more, bro. You know what I mean? Nothing wrong with making shit, but just practice more. Try to get better. Stop worried about putting music out and making albums and shit when you should just probably practice more.
Yeah.
But people make one song and then it's like up on SoundCloud. It's like, bro, you should.
I know.
I did it too, but you shouldn't. You shouldn't upload your first song. If you can avoid that, avoid it.
Yeah.
You know?
It's just like graffiti back in the days, like when I was younger, you know? You didn't just like go out and practice on walls and so everyone could see your shit. Like, you stayed at home practicing on paper, you know? Then once you get it to like where you think it's all right, then you go out and do it.
Yeah.
Not like practice on the social media, you know?
Well, people would just slash your shit anyway.
Yeah, that's it. Or your toy, like.
Rapping straight over you.
Yeah.
Just cap you straight away.
Yeah.
But it was different, man. I don't know. I just think it's still the same thing, but it's like, it just seems to be like more people are doing it.
Yeah.
And they're worse.
Yeah.
Because social media allows you to put anything out. And
That's it.
I don't want to be like a fucking broken record, even though I probably sound like one. I just think the scene could be better, and I think there's talented people, and I think people could be doing more. Just be motivated, put effort in to make music, man. That's all it is. And this isn't coming from someone, I'm not some amazing artist. This is a perspective of someone who's listened to it for a long time. I think a lot of people are talented, but I just feel like people are just lazy and they're trying to get shit out, as opposed to like every 10 songs you do, man, you might actually be able to make 2 pretty good ones.
Yeah, that's it.
You know, you don't have to release everything you record.
Yeah. Learn to take criticism as well, you know?
Well, like we said, it's the expensive thing too, right?
Yeah.
So you got everyone going and, you know, dropping money at Shakedown and then doing videos and stuff like that. And it's like, well, if you put all that effort in, you're probably going to want to drop it.
Yeah.
Maybe don't do that for every
get
song.
to that stage unless like you think it's good, you know? Like,
well, you can still record at home. That's what I did, bro. I recorded everything at home until my EP, and then the EP was recorded in like 3 different places, I think, and it was like just wherever there was a mic at a time. I do that, whatever, and that was it. Like, I never actually recorded in a studio. Never recorded at Shakedown, and he was around back then. You know what I mean? So it was like I just didn't feel the need to. It was like, nah, like I'm all right, but I'm not at a level where I need to spend fucking $300 on studio time and mixing and mastering for one song.
yeah.
You know, I'm not saying people shouldn't do it, but, you know, it's kind of like what you've done is probably a bit smarter, right? Because you just done it with a bunch, you know, 4 or 5 songs, made them in good quality, all that sort of shit.
Yeah.
And that's it. But when you do a feature, do you go and record a Shakedown?
Yeah.
Yeah. But only recently?
Yeah. Only, recently I've started using Shakedown, like last year or 2 maybe.
Is that the only ones you've done? Smiley and Matty B?
Yeah. The Smiley one I recorded at Shakedown, and the Matty B one was when I was doing my EP through Optimus at the Op Shop.
Last you recorded that one there. Yeah. Okay.
So made all my beats, I recorded there.
Yeah.
And then once we were done, then I sent it to Rob to get mixed and mastered.
Mm-hmm.
So then, he done all the fine tuning and all that sort of stuff.
So what do you, well, like, if you're not going to do an album or whatever, when you say you're going to do features, does that mean you're not going to do any of your own stuff for a bit? Like, are you just going to try to hit people up for features, or?
Yeah, I've probably got 1 or 2 songs that I've already written that are solo.
And they just like shaker beats or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then then just plot around, do like features here and there, and you don't even need to do like that many songs and videos a year, you know, like you only need like a handful, and just every couple of months drop one, you know, and then like let that one do its thing, and then do another one. And
clips are a funny one too, man, because sometimes it's like you're just going to chuck the cunt on Instagram and trim it to portrait anyway, and then just like that's where it'll get more views.
Yeah,
YouTube and stuff's pretty fucking hard to grow on
because no one listens to you. Like they watch the video once or twice, and then like that's it, you know.
And it's always the same shit, bro. Like you're just rapping in front of a camera. Like, personally, I'm bored of that shit. If it has to have, if someone's doing more in a clip, or they're telling a story, or there's a concept or something, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
No, if you're just rapping at a camera, bro, it's like I've just seen like 1,000 of them.
We got like 20 mates standing behind you, like doing the same thing. Like,
I feel like I can't say it's a bit gay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. There's nothing wrong with being gay. That's not how I'm using the term. I just think, why are we still doing that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So when I had like 20 people behind me for Under Rowdy, they were doing different things. Like, no one was acting hard. We had like 4 or 5 people fixing my car mid-video because I blew it up doing a skid.
Yeah, but you were doing burnouts and shit. I'm talking about like literally
everyone just standing there, you know.
They're standing behind you and you're rapping. It's like, it's not a huge problem or anything. It's fine. But I've just seen it like 1,000 times.
Yeah.
I just feel like if you're an artist, be an artist.
Yeah, be creative.
Try to be creative, man. Isn't that why we're all doing this? Don't we all like being creative? Even if I'm doing podcasts or whatever the fuck it is I'm doing, maybe I'll make music again one day. Who knows? Isn't the idea to be creative?
Yeah, 100%.
That's the only reason I liked doing it, because it was like cool to create something.
Make it fun, you know, like make it worth watching like 100 times, like
100%.
Give it that playback value, you know.
Yeah, exactly. It's if you could like make music with someone, you know, from Australian hip hop, like let's say you just make a song with anyone, whether they make music still now or anything like that. Do you have anyone in mind?
A few people, eh?
Yeah.
Probably like all the inspirations, like I was saying before, over east, like Brad Strutt, like Lazy Grey, all them Trem.
Mm-hmm.
Then like pretty much, I'd love to work with like most of the SPX people as well, because they were pretty big inspirations.
Mm-hmm.
Psych Ward, some of them boys would be pretty dope, I reckon.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then just Mantra.
Mantra would be sick.
Yeah, that is killer.
So underrated,
Delta as well.
Delta?
Yeah, you heard him?
Yeah,
The
not in
Australian
years. Not in years. What was Delta from?
I don't know, he done heaps of rap battles, like mainly the freestyle ones as well, versing like Hijack and Torture and all that sort of caliber.
I remember that back when like Trials used to battle and shit like that. Was it Scribble Jam or whatever?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Fuck, they used to be some...
I used to love watching that stuff growing up, eh?
I loved it too, but fuck, there were some cringe freestyles.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The American ones were pretty funny too, eh? Did you see like the ones with like Idea and like Justice?
Yeah.
Oh, the Justice did one versus the Tongue.
Yeah.
Back in the day, did you ever see that one? The Tongue was like dressed up like a fucking Taliban.
Yeah.
All that shit.
No one had filters back then, eh? Like,
just people were freestyling. I think they couldn't avoid saying fucked up shit.
Yeah.
They were just...
True, yeah.
That's where like calling each other fags and shit came from, because it was like all people knew how to do.
Yeah.
Your mum or you're a fag.
Yeah.
Did you watch Jump Off? Well, that was like where it was like 360 and Anecdote versus Prime and Purpose.
I remember them battles.
Yeah, and they were like, was that Jump Off? And they were like standing, just like almost looked like they were just in a warehouse.
Yeah.
Just standing. And it was like almost awkward. There was like no crowd.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I remember like some of them, that was like years and years ago, eh?
They were old, man.
Yeah.
Like that was old. You know, I wish the battle scene was a little bit better.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just not enough people doing it, I think.
Nah.
You know?
The ones that are, like, they're all right. But, like, it's not like it was, you know?
It's definitely not like it was.
No.
Like, which sucks. You know, I don't know how. You'd have to get more artists doing it. Like, and it's just, we're just not in that place. That's why when you say to me, I was like, there's heaps in the Perth scene. I'm like, I don't know where I'm not looking, or what are we talking about? Because I'm like, I feel like I'm not, or maybe it's just people aren't active.
Yeah.
There can be plenty of rappers, but maybe they're not active.
Yeah, there's a lot that, aren't doing much.
Yeah.
They're there, you know?
Yeah, it's a big one, man. It's, hopefully you know, get some of those features and then you can, I mean, you're doing what you want to do. I think an album.
Yeah. I've never done an album before, so it's definitely on the bucket list.
Yeah.
Sure.
I feel like it's kind of like what takes you to the next level? Because obviously all the stuff comes with it, right? You do an album launch.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be cool to see bigger hip hop shows with more people on it.
Yeah.
But
And different people as well.
different
Like, we
people.
had a time there, probably last year and like a few years before that, where it was just the same people like every show, you know?
Yeah.
And so there's only so much you can listen to of that before you start just losing your crowd, you know? Like,
Well, I mean, why would they come, right?
yeah.
It's, you know, and the venues always change,
Yeah.
like kind of annoyingly. Like I'll look at what something is and I'm like, fuck, bro, I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
You know, it's. This podcast is sponsored by Bulk Gym Chalk. Do you struggle to hold on to your deadlifts? If so, it can be very important to make sure that you have good quality chalk and access to that chalk. So go to Bulk Gym Chalk. You can find them on Instagram and get yourself some good quality chalk so that you can make sure that you can train in the gym and get the best out of your training while doing so.
Venues are another thing too, like doing hip hop and stuff. Like, a lot of them like just won't do it, or like you need to pull big numbers for them to even consider it.
Yep.
And the ones that we're doing have just shut down, or someone's ruined it for everyone else, you know? Like,
Yeah, Universal Bar was the one I remember.
yeah. The sewing room.
What was that?
The sewing room.
I never went there, yeah. Was it?
They done heaps. That was like an underground sort of. It was in the city, but like you go down these stairs and it's like real undergroundy sort of vibe.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. The bigger one was like Jackrabbit Slims or something, wasn't it?
Jackrabbits.
Yeah.
What was the other one?
The oldest one back in the day was Newport, but that I didn't really ever go there. So there was heaps, man. What was the other one? There was Rosemount,
Rosemount.
but that was fucked.
There's one I can't even remember. The one I done my EP launch at.
Civic Hotel.
Nah, it was in the city. It was near on the corner of that some Irish pub, I think.
Well, maybe I don't know that
I
one.
probably remember when I leave, but
I played at the Civic Hotel. That was like an average venue, though.
yeah,
That was like, but it was okay. It was like good enough sort of thing. I think I remember like Porsche Lane and Daz playing there.
yeah,
Something. But it's just, yeah, I don't know. More like daytime shit would be cool. You know Rocco Forshaw?
yeah,
I'm going to be sick to run something down there, eh?
yeah.
Feel like they'd never go for it, but
Nah, depends. Oh yeah, you need the right people to put on too as well. You know,
yeah, you don't.
it's like in the day.
Not you and LG, eh?
Nah,
Yeah.
well, we probably could.
You'll bring in
Censor it,
you'll bring in some dodgy guys, eh? Surely just run it. Yeah, I know. I want you to. I just don't want to have to be out till fucking 10:30 at night, bro.
Yeah.
I'm old now.
I know what it's like.
I'm 29, but I
Then
feel
if
like
you
I'm
want them,
50.
like, main support slots. You're on even later at night too. You know.
Like, Matty got on at 11, bro.
Oh yeah.
Fuck. We let the guy go home, bro.
I know.
He's 50, you know? He's
His
fucking.
bedtime's like 4 hours before that. You know.
Yeah, fuck. Were you tired getting up?
Um.
You getting over it a bit?
Yeah, a little bit. Like drags out a bit.
You
You
have to
still
be
don't wanna
careful.
going first either. You know. Like,
Why not?
I don't know.
You want to be high up the list?
Yeah.
Hmm. How long was you set there?
25,
Done any longer sets than that?
30. That's like the longest.
Yeah, I think I remember the longest I ever did was 45, and that was like felt like I would never want to go longer.
Yeah. It's a long time, mate. A lot to remember too.
Yeah,
Especially, like when you're trying to rehearse it and stuff. Like,
that's another thing, man. I just used to stress out about that. I was like, fuck it, what if I just blank out one day and can't remember the rest of the verse?
yeah.
How do you do that?
Even like sometimes when like you're rehearsing and like you can't even think of like the first bar to start off the whole verse, you know? You're like, fuck, I hope this doesn't happen on stage. Like,
Just smoke a lot of weed, man.
yeah.
You know?
I used to go hard, eh?
Yeah, it's
I think in like 15 or 16 years, the longest I went without it was like a day and a half or 2 days. But then now I've been clean for like 2 years.
he's better, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still feel the same, but like, yeah, more clearer sort of head.
Well, yeah, you just don't. I don't know. You just don't rely on it, which is a big thing, and
Yeah.
it's just not your whole personality anymore.
Yeah.
I can do fuck all without being high.
Yeah.
It's like my whole thing.
Goes from fun to like controlling, you know? And you get to the stage, you can't do anything without it. Like, wake up, have it. Need to eat, have it. Go to work, have it. Smoko, have it.
Yeah,
Home, have it. Go to sleep.
you
have
gotta
it.
eat to have it. Yeah,
And then you have it, and then you're not even hungry.
yeah,
So it's like, what?
yeah.
In your mind, eh?
Bro, I just had a mad fucking anxiety attack, and I just couldn't smoke it anymore.
Yeah.
Ended up going to hospital. So
Yeah.
my body was just like, oh, no more, and I was like, I guess not. You know, which is probably the best thing that could happen to me.
Yeah.
You know,
It always happens. Something happens for a reason, you know? Like,
it does.
bad
Yeah.
as it looks like or feels at the time.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're just fucked. Like it's I wouldn't have the motivation to do none of this shit.
Yeah. And you got to want to do it. Like, I tried to quit for ages, but I didn't really want to do it. And then the last time I quit, I was like, all right, just smoked as much as I could that night because I knew I was quitting tomorrow. I almost tried to green out, throw everything in the bin because you know you always get them ideas when you're high.
Oh yeah.
So you're like, yeah, no, I'm gonna quit tomorrow, no. And then you wake up tomorrow like, no, I want some. But yeah, like just threw everything out, and then woke up and I was like, no, that's it. And then yeah, 2 years later, I'm still going.
Yeah, it's
Like
good, man.
Christmas and like special occasions, like I'll have like a joint or something, just to like actually enjoy it. But then yeah, he's not letting it control me again.
Nah. And you get way more high as well
Yeah, oh yeah.
when you haven't been
For
on it.
sure.
Yeah.
I had like a joint and I was like freaking out, and then like, oh, it was crazy.
Yeah, no, I don't miss that shit.
No.
I don't miss that like mad dries, and I did the same thing with cigarettes, man. I just threw it in the bin, and I was like,
Yeah.
fuck this shit.
That's one thing I haven't been able to kick yet.
You still smoke cigarettes?
Yeah. I tried vaping, but then like after like a day or something, you're like, nah, you just need a ciggy. Then you have a ciggy, then you're back to vaping, and then like just a continuous thing. Or I'll vape for ages, then I can't get a vape, so I just buy smokes. And then like it's just a continuous circle.
Do you think that does that fuck you up on stage though? Run out of breath?
Not yet, because probably because we rehearse a lot. So like I know
Where do you rehearse? At your house?
we used to, not until like the last few months we've started going to the hen house.
Oh yeah,
G.
yeah.
So like that's helped a lot with our stage presence and performing and stuff. Because before that we're just like in LGs on my lounge room holding vapes like as mics, you know.
Yeah.
But then yeah, you get on stage with that sort of mentality because you've been practicing it. So you just get up there, you like stun mullets, you know, like walking around, looking at the floor, like yeah.
Yeah, your presence was good the other week. You know, I could tell. You know, Andrew was saying that he worked with you a little bit.
Yeah, he come in the last time we went there.
Yeah,
and then yeah, he's got a lot of knowledge and a lot of
experience.
Experience to like teach and pass on.
Yeah,
so it's been good like working with him lately, like soaking up everything like a sponge. You know, like
yeah, no, he's done a lot of it, man, and performing is one of those things. I feel like a lot of people just get nervous and then it becomes, and then they know they're nervous, and then they kind of, like I said, also looking at the ground and stuff like that, and it's cool, or it's just the same thing over and over again.
Yeah,
I like to think about it. It's just like, if you're going to watch someone perform, what do I want to see when someone's performing?
Yeah,
you know, I'm not a big one for like fucking. Man, if someone's like, when I say hey, I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. He just comes downside of shit, do that, and I'm the asshole. But I hate that shit.
That's why I'd rather more people, because like, it only takes a few people to get everyone else to do it.
Yeah.
But you try and get someone to say something back to you when there's 20 people, like everyone, you say crickets, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck, this is embarrassing.
Yeah, when you did that Rowdy song, though, people got pretty into that, even though there was like fuck all people there, you know?
Yeah.
So hopefully next show, well, this NJE one should be bigger, right?
Yeah.
You'd hope so.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
have you played at that venue?
No, I haven't. I've only been there once for Seth Century.
Oh, but you've been there. That's right. Yeah, okay.
And that was pretty good.
Yeah.
I was almost sold out, I think, when I went there.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, it's good, like, looking room, like, stage is good. It's not just, like, some little thing on the floor where, like, you're eye to eye with everyone, you know?
Yeah, it's not the same. Universal Bar was like that.
Yeah.
Just fucking standing in the middle of a room, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the same.
On a mattress with a bit of plyboard on top or something, you know?
Yeah, fuck, bro. It sounds cool, like, when you, like, make it sound like back in the day, but now you, like, then you go and do it, you're like, shit, horrible. But, well, man, like I said, I think an album or something like that would match the kind of trajectory of you going somewhere. I know it's kind of hard, and I understand your feelings towards it or whatever, but I hope that we get something like that soon, because I feel like the discography is like part of the legitimacy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you've obviously got the ability to make more shit.
Yeah.
And when did this EP come out?
2023, I think. So it's been a while.
Yeah, so it's just like due, right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Because I took a bit of a break after I'd done that and like done the EP launch and stuff, just to like, I don't know, just reconnect with myself sort of thing. Like family sort of stuff. But yeah, it's definitely time to start working on something again.
I think so, man. Yeah, 100%. And just try to do an EP launch somewhere that's not Joondalup.
Yeah, yeah.
So I can Oh,
Every time before that, you see June, like, you just keep driving.
oh man.
I think that's the only time I've ever turned off.
It was actually had the potential to be an okay venue,
Yeah.
but it just had a fucking weird vibe.
Yeah, it did, yeah.
Dodgy people.
It just takes a few dodgy characters in there that put the whole vibe
Yeah.
off,
Yeah. I don't
And
like
everyone's
that
got
shit.
their eyes like, what's he going to do next, like, sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Man, like I said, I think you're like a part of it. Like your name comes up when it's been talked about, whether it's Maddie or someone else or whatever. So you're in a good spot. I just think doing a little bit more in that sort of sense is like what'll get you that step further.
Yeah.
And like whether it's an album and this is just my outlook as someone who's like looking from the outside in, having an album or something like that and then some features on it and stuff like that and like a decent kind of chunk of discography just means that it's easy to be like, this is my shit.
Yeah.
Not that you can't now, but sometimes I think just like a couple of top songs on Spotify is like enough to a point.
Yeah.
And then like when you want to cross that line of legitimacy,
Step up.
yeah,
Sort of thing, yeah.
you need that. What you want to, you want to be able to put something on like a vinyl or like make it a bit more of a thing.
Oh, for sure.
But that's just my 2 cents, man. I think you're doing well. I think you got good stage presence. I'm glad that you stayed with it. You've obviously been doing it for a lot of years, which is a big part of it too, because that's a big part of like what kind of shows if someone's going to be a decent artist and if they can stay with it. Because the better you get, or the more feedback you get, or the trajectory goes in a better direction, and you release more and stuff, you're going to be motivated to make more.
Yeah.
If people want more and you're doing well.
Yep.
So yeah, give them more, bro.
Yeah.
Give them more.
Well, I got American in my blood.
Okay.
I reckon that stems back to American hip hop.
Yeah.
That's where I got a lot of inspiration, Start out more grittier sort of stuff.
Like boom bap shit, or
Yeah. Love that boom bap stuff. Like the 90s boom bap.
like who are we talking about? American.
There's a lot, I like Vinny Paz.
I like Vinny Paz.
I love his beats and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Been listening to OT The Real.
I think I've only ever seen his name. I've actually listened to him now.
He's like real street, like gutter sort of stuff.
Mm.
I'm always like more drawn to that sort of side of hip hop
Yeah, okay.
sort of thing instead of like there's some like upbeat sort of things I like, but yeah, you
I like that shit.
And it's just like all gritty sort of shit, eh?
I like that shit. Vinny Paz, self-titled,
Yeah, self-titled,
Apathy.
Army of Pharaohs.
Yeah, Snow Goons. What else am I thinking of? It's definitely like I did a show filming for Rugged Man once.
Yep.
Met him and shit. He was a nice guy. I like his stuff.
Griselda. Yeah, them like Benny the
Griselda.
Butcher and stuff.
Oh, sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Benny the Butcher definitely sounds familiar. But
Yeah.
haven't. Yeah, Griselda. Nah.
Yeah, Griselda Records, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like a full group of them.
I'll have to check it out. Yeah.
Sick.
I like that sort of shit. Anything that sounds pretty rough.
Yeah.
I this is like Snack the Ripper a bit. I like
Yeah.
Snack the Ripper's pretty
I
good.
used to listen to him like a while back.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Like this, I feel like I can't remember as many gritty American kind of hip hop artists now. For some reason, it's kind of doing my head in.
Yeah. Not
yeah,
tip of your tongue, eh? But
yeah. I
it's all
feel like
goes out the window.
yeah, I feel like there's some harder shit that I used to fucking probably listen to, but for some reason I can't sort of think of it right now. Oh, do you know who? What's his name? Why the fuck can't I remember? Oh, Gmo Ski is?
Heard of it.
Yeah, Gmo Ski goes hard.
Yeah.
He's still a lot of those like Team Backpack ciphers. Have you ever seen
Yeah, I
them?
used to love them, eh?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I found heaps of like artists on there.
Yeah, me too, man. I'll send you one.
Yeah. So I hired a Prince. There's heaps.
Jeff Turner, pretty
Yeah.
good. Yeah, yeah. So I was a big fan of Cess Crew from Strange Music. They like work with Tech N9ne. They were good. They had like a good dynamic. There's like two of them. Have you listened to them much?
Only a handful of times.
Yeah, they're pretty good, man. Like have that dynamic sort of thing. You probably really like it actually because it might give you some ideas for the shit with LG.
Yeah.
They bounce off each other like crazy, man. They do a song where they, it's called like Peter Parker or something, but they do a song and they do like a live performance or whatever, and they like trade words.
Yeah.
So it's like word for word, and they like do it fucking perfectly. It's insane chemistry.
Yeah, the chemistry is like a big part of what you need, eh?
Well, yeah, for what you do, right? Like, is LG pretty hungry to do more shows?
I don't know. He's hungry, but he's not like as hungry
No?
as me, you know.
Yeah.
But he's got so many songs that he's just sitting and he's sing ready to release, but he just hasn't. But he's got heaps.
So many dudes do that, eh?
I know. Just build up a whole thing and then just like take ages to release them or never do. Like,
And then you just hate them after a while.
yeah,
Yeah, no. Fuck that.
like, just get them out there.
100%. Well, man, look, I appreciate you coming on. You know, I appreciate your time. I'm keen to see some more live shows. I'll be waiting for that album.
Yeah, no,
keep putting the pressure on you. Sometimes you need people asking to make you want to do it.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, man. Look, as I said, I don't really know what to call you. It's hard to call you an up-and-coming artist because you've been around for a long time, but I feel like you're making more moves now, so it seems like you're up and coming.
Yeah.
But you're definitely in a good position, man. You're getting good slots on shows. You're making good connections and doing good features. You know, I wish you all the best career-wise, man. And I think, you know, give yourself some more credit and get behind it and don't let life get in the way, you know. Fucking make music, bro, and people will support it and listen to it. I know I will.
Yeah, no.
And, you know.
Got to seize it, eh?
100%, man.
Instead of just letting it time fly by and...
You'll get old one day, mate, and it will just feel like, fuck, I should have done more. And, you know, it's just do it while you can, man. You can write still. You're healthy. You got inspiration around you, whether it's your family, whatever. It's just don't put pressure on yourself. It's not about pressure, you know, but it's you want to do it anyway. So there shouldn't be pressure, you know, but just also take into account, like, now's the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or even in 6 months or a year can be the time. But if you're waiting, you should think of it like this. There should be a better reason to wait than there is to do it. And if you can't think of a better reason to wait than there is to do it, maybe there's a better reason to do it than wait.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that'll stick with me.
Yeah. I just came up with that shit too.
Tongue twister.
Freestyle.
Off the top.
Is there anyone you want to shout out to? Like, I'll let you finish. Anyone you want to shout out to finish off the pod?
Shout out, first of all, wife and kids, number one supporters and the backbone. LG always helped me out. Smiley's always helped me out. Optimus, Rob Shaker, they're always making sure my shit sounds top notch. Shout you out for putting us on. Everyone listening, fans coming to shows, everyone I want to work with. Shout out myself. But yeah, that's about it that I can think of.
Sweet.
Probably walk out and be like, fuck, should have said this person. Yeah.
If you didn't shout you out, then you know who you are.
Yeah. Love yous all.
Sweet, bro.